Bonjour à tous. Are you ready to confidently order your favorite drink at a French cafe and chat like a local? Today we're mastering essential French cafe phrases that you can use in real life conversations. So, let's get started. Now you might want to ask why are we learning this? Well, cafes are a cornerstone of French culture, so knowing how to communicate here not only makes your experience smoother, but also helps you connect with locals. Let's start with ordering drinks. First useful phrase would be Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît. I would like a coffee, please. Once again, I would like, je voudrais, a coffee, un café, please. S'il vous plaît. I would like a coffee, please. Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît. Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît. Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît. Now, the server might ask you, depending on what type of cafe you're visiting, or what type of place, whether it's a restaurant or something more elevated, et comme boisson, et comme plat principal. So, and is a drink or a main dish, comme means as, plat means dish, principal means main, and boisson means drink. So we can obtain A comme boisson, and as for drinks, A comme plat principal, A comme plat de résistance. This means as a main dish. What about it? Now, if you want to know what's good on the menu or what is recommended for the day, you may ask one of the following phrases in order to obtain recommendations. Qu'est-ce que vous recommandez? Qu'est-ce que vous recommandez? What is it that qu'est-ce que you vous recommandez? Recommend. What is it that you recommend? Qu'est-ce que vous recommandez? Or, to switch it up a little bit, vous recommandez quoi? Vous recommandez quoi? What is it that you recommend? Again, means the same. Or, you recommend what? You recommend what? Vous recommandez quoi? And lastly, if you want to know what the special for the day is or the day's dish, quel what is le plat de dish of the day, du jour, of the du jour day. So, what is the dish of the day? Quel est le plat du jour? What is today's dish or today's special? After the order has been placed, it comes payment time, right? You need to know how to pay. And also to ask for the check. To ask for the check, just sign towards the server and say Je voudrais l'addition. I would like the check. Je voudrais l'addition. Ou l'addition, s'il vous plaît. Which would mean, since we know this already, the check, please. L'addition, s'il vous plaît. Now the server might come to your place and ask you if you want the check. Do you want the check? Voulez-vous l'addition? Do you want the check? Or rather than using the inversion of the subject and the predicate here, which is voulez-vous, you could say vous voulez l'addition, or you could hear that rather from the server. Uh, and if you say yes, oui, then the server will bring you the check and probably will ask you comment est-ce que vous voulez payer or comment vous voulez payer or comment voulez-vous payer. Okay? En espèces ou par carte. This means comment, how. Voulez-vous or vous voulez, would you like or do you like. How would you like, do you like? Payer, it means to pay. So how do you like to pay? Or would you like to pay? En espèces, it's an expression and it means cash or by cash. Ou, it's or. Par carte. Par carte, it means using the card. Cash or card. En espèces ou par carte. Now, before we go on towards the grammar, which is focused on the conditional present tense, don't forget to check out the description box where you will find links to schedule a session, tutoring session with me, whether you want to prepare for the Delphi exams or any other type of French exams. You can book a session with me and you have all the details about the price in the description box, as well as you can also buy individual pre-recorded classes where you can listen to me explaining you different concepts in French, and also you can of course send to my email address your answers for the exercises, for the speaking practice, and so on and so forth. Now that I've made that clear, let's continue with the grammar that has been used, which is the conditional present tense. The conditional present tense is formed by using for the verbs in the first group and second group, meaning that they end in er or yr and their conjugation is like finir, okay? Then we use the infinitive form, okay? So the form that you see the verb in the dictionary, aimer, finir, plus the imperfect tense endings, which are je, et, j'aimerais, tu aimerais, il, elle, on aimerait. So we have ays, ays, il, elle, on, ayt, nous, ions, yons, vous, yez, il, elle, il, elle, ayent. Okay, now you will see that the pronunciation is very similar, especially for the persons je, tu, il, elle, on, il, elle. Okay, for them it's going to be a. J'aimerais, tu aimerais, il, elle, on aimerait, nous aimerions, vous aimeriez, il, elle aimerait. All right. Now, also do not confuse it with the imperfect tense. Okay, many of the French students that I've had have made the confusion between the imperfect tense and the conditional present tense because of the fact that they have the same tense endings. But the main trick is to understand that in the case of the conditional present tense, we use either the infinitive form or specific radicals for the conditional present tense. All right, in the case of third group verbs, for example, vouloir, je voudrais, voudre, being the specific radical. We're going to see also a list of the specific radicals in a minute, but we use this plus the imperfect tense endings in order to obtain the conditional present tense. However, for the imperfect tense, we only use the radical obtained from the present tense conjugation of the verb at the first person plural. So, if I wanted to obtain the imperfect tense, and I do have a lesson on the imperfect tense, and I'm going, and also a lesson that where I go more in depth about this and the conditional present tense and conditional past tenses, and I'm going to link them in the description box, so be sure to check it out. In the case of the imperfect tense, you only use the stem or the radical obtained from the present simple conjugation of the verb, all right, to which you add the imperfect tense endings. It's not going to be the infinitive form or the specific radical forms plus the imperfect tense endings, such as the case for the conditional present tense. If you do have questions about this part, because I know it can be confusing, write in the comments your questions, and I will do my best to answer as soon as possible. Now, let's see a little bit these examples. J'aimerais, I would love. Now, I would love can be followed by either a noun in French, j'aimerais un café, or a verb in the infinitive. If you want to say, I would love to drink some coffee, j'aimerais boire un café. I would love to drink a coffee. All right. So, uh, this what you need to understand is that once you use a conjugated verb form and you want to put a verb form immediately after, you're going to need to use it in the infinitive form for the second verb. So you're going to have something like j'aimerais boire, je veux boire, and so on and so forth. The first one is the conjugated verb, the second one is will be the infinitive verb. Of course, you can use a noun because with the function of a direct object in this case, because you're indicating what would you like to and the action that you're making. J'aimerais un café. I would love what? A coffee. J'aimerais des frites. I would love some fries. And the second example illustrates an example of a verb which uses a specific radical in the conditional present tense. Je voudrais. I would like. Again, is going to be followed by the same, a noun or a verb in the infinitive. Je voudrais comme plat principal une salade de fruits. I would like as my main dish a fruit salad. All right, we see here comme plat principal, of course, je voudrais un café works just as fine. I would like a coffee, and so on and so forth. Now, in the next slide, we're going to see a list of the most common French verbs and their specific radicals to use in the conditional present tense. Let's take this one by one. First is aller, to go. The radical is ir. So, as we know, we need to use the imperfect tense endings with ir. J'irai, tu irais, nous irions, vous iriez, ils iraient. I would go, you would go, he would go, and so on. Avoir will have the radical or and the conjugation j'aurais, tu aurais, il elle aurait, nous aurions, vous auriez, ils elles auraient. I would have. Être, ser will be the specific radical. Je serai, I would be. For faire, it's faire. Je ferai, I would do. Pouvoir, it's pour. Je pourrais, I would be able to. For devoir, it's devre. Je devrais, I would have to. For savoir, it's saure. Saure. Je saurais, I would know. Venir, it's viendre. Je viendrai, I would come. For voir, it's ver. Je verrai, I would see. And for vouloir, it's voudre. Je voudrais, I would like. Merci beaucoup for joining me today, and I hope that this lesson was useful to you. Don't forget to practice these phrases and share your favorite French cafe experiences in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more French lessons. À bientôt!